It's just about time to eat.
Ah, Nuka-Cola Cranberry. Crisp, refreshing, and bright red, almost as if your blood's in it. But it's not. This tasty beverage is a pre-war drink that has stood the test of time with flavor and quality, and it has made an appearance in the new Wastelanders update in Fallout 76. So, what is this tasty drink, and where can you get some? Better yet, why would you even want one? Well, everybody loves an experience boosting item, and now we finally have a Nuka-Cola for that. Being that it's cranberry flavor, it only makes sense, right? Before I get into the rest of the video, one of the places you cannot find the Nuka-Cola Cranberry is from Bubbles and the White Spring Resort. I have tried so many times, and it never has shown up for me. But that's okay, I'll show you a few places that you can get your hands on one for yourself. The Nuka-Cola Cranberry's base stats gives you 40 HP, 2% bonus XP for 30 minutes, 15% water, and knocks you back 5 rads. It does also weigh 1 pound, just like any other Nuka-Cola. When you pair it with the Cola Nut perk card, a maxed out Cola Nut perk card, you can triple all of those stats apart from the rads. So that will give you a 6% gain to your XP for 30 minutes. First, let's compare it to a few of the other XP boosting food items, and let's see what we can stack with it. Later, I'll go over locations to find them all. Cranberry Cobbler is probably one of the easiest items to make for experience gain, and it gives you a 5% boost for 30 minutes. Unfortunately, we can't grow our own cranberries. And then there's Cranberry Relish. You do need a gourd for this also. It'll give you a boosted 10% XP along with other benefits for an entire hour. Only real downside to these items is that they will eventually spoil and you need to craft them. Canned Meat Stew gives you the extra 5% for 1 hour and can be gained as a reward for the Feed the People event, and it doesn't spoil. I usually keep these in stock on me for when I need that extra gain. Unfortunately, being that these are all consumables, you can't stack them with the Nuka-Cola Cranberry or with each other. A bummer. But we do have the Leader Bobblehead, which is a different kind of item that can stack with the cola. It gives a 5% boost for 1 hour and 2 hours with the Curator perk card. The Nuka-Cola Cranberry does stack with the Well Rested bonus, and also communing with the Mothman after you finish the Path of Enlightenment, and it works with the Inspirational perk card as well. And if you happen to have romanced an ally, the well-rested bonus changes to Lover's Embrace, which lasts 3 hours instead of the usual one. This is still that 5% though. Now it's time to go over where to find these refreshing drinks. First off, I tried the old cola run I usually do over at the Red Rocket Mega Stop and server hopped while checking the machines about 25 times or so. The Nuka-Cola Cranberry never showed up for me, so I'm not sure if these have been added into the vending machine spawn pool or not. I have found one in a vending machine, but it was one of the set spawn locations. There are 19 locations out in the world, and a few places you can find them in interior locations as well. I've also read in some comments people getting them as a reward during the Wayward quest line as well. You can find these spawn locations over at map 76, or if you'd like, I also whipped up this handy little map for all of you too. Now I'll show you a few of my favorite places to find and farm them. First, it's a location that everyone will come across eventually if you're doing any of the questing. It's the ammo dump. You can find the Cranberry Cola right here on the desk near all of these empty bottles. If you're near a foundation, you might as well pop down to Spruce Knob Channels. Inside of this happy little shack is a Nuka-Cola Cranberry. One of my favorite places for random encounters, because it's an assault type, it's great for farming reputation points and for finding the occasional big enemy. It's right here between Investigator's Cabin and Ripper's Alley. Inside the information booth is one of my favorite cola farming spots too. This vending machine will often have Nuka-Cola Dark, Wild, and of course, Cranberry. Now for two little farming routes with 3 spots each. The first little run, we want to start at the White Springs Station. The cranberry colas are at these locations, and I'll run through it with you real quick. The first one is inside of this train car. Now follow along the tracks until you see the bridge to your left. You want to hang right up the rocks towards the power pylon. If you circle around, you'll find a lunchbox with a Nuka Cran right over here by these rocks. For the third spot, we have to go across the tracks in the train yard. I do like to check this machine here too for a quantum or whatnot. You can make it across without marsupial by weaving between the cars, or you can just hop right over. You'll find a little path leading up the side of the cliffs with some beautiful architecture leading the way to a quaint little camp. The last Nuka Cran is on this table here. Just in time, I was super parched. Now for the next run, I do suggest having some power armor handy as we are going to be jumping off high places. I'll be starting from Scenic Overlook, which is near RNG Station. These are where we can find them. About 100 meters or so towards Site Charlie, you'll find a cabin with a Nuka Cran inside of this crate. After that, I gotta whip out my power armor to pop down these cliffs. Heading west, and also a second set of cliffs too. It can be hard to pick out exactly where it is. Just look for a blue lunchbox. The Nuka Cran will be resting nicely on the rock edge. And for the third one, you don't need your power armor anymore. Just run directly north until you come across the bright green tent. Right to the side of the tent, you will find a Nuka Cran on top of this crate. Well, friends, I hope you're having the best time with Wastelanders. I know I definitely am enjoying myself. I'm having so much fun playing with all of the new random encounters and the NPCs and all that good stuff. It's been a real joy.
You're kind of killing the mood. You know that?
Oh, sorry. I hope that this farming guide has been helpful to you. Be sure to drop a like if it has, or share with anyone that might need this information as well. I'm Wickedy. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the wasteland. Bye!
Sick and tired of those thorn bushes.